Hey guys, welcome back to Eyesight Tarot, and I'm here to give you a message for today. Alright, so we start off with the Queen of Wands with the Ace of Discs. And what this feels like to me is that you have thought a lot about like what you want to manifest, like your desires and everything, and taking control. And to me, this feels like from a materialistic place, of course, with it being the Ace of Discs. I feel like what this is saying is that you are now saying, I am no longer waiting for permission. I am no longer waiting for like the perfect time of something. I know what I want. I know what it like. I know I need to get at it, and I am deciding to like be relentless almost. Like this is where my focus is gonna be. I know that this is for me. I know this is going to work out. I know I'm going to be successful. Whatever this looks like on a material level for you. Which then brings me over to the Princess of Cups with the Four of Wands. And with this, the Four of Wands, it says completion on there. And I feel like with this, it's saying to be able to see that success, to be able to like operate in that world that you manifested, in this thing that you manifested for yourself. It is reminding you to remember to be, though you have decided to take control over the situation as far as like your input towards it. It's reminding you to remember to stay humble, in a sense, to stay gracious, to not get too big-headed, and like the old people will say, smelling yourself or whatever. Remember to be human. Like, remember to be a good person, because I feel like that's the energy that's going to guarantee you to bring in the completion, like that end result of reaching, what it is that you want. And staying in that energy, reminding like to remember to be gracious, to be, someone who is putting out just as much good as they are receiving. It leads me over to Other's card with the Ten of Wands. It says oppression. With this, I feel like the Ten of Wands is really saying, when it comes to being with the Lover's card, this success will come from actually putting in the work that is completely necessary, like making sure you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, to be in the energy of whatever it is that you are trying to get to. So with this Ten of Wands, it's like, I feel like it's more so of, while going through this process, while deciding you're going to do everything that you need to do, that's going to be the Ten of Wands at play. All of the work you put into it, and you'll see the results of that, and be able to bring that, like what is it, like, how do you put it? Anyway, like, you get to bring home like your harvest after putting in so much time, energy, love, work, all of that into it. You'll be able to like reap the benefits, of this. And I feel like with it being the Lover's card, this represents something that is completely like in alignment with you. This is something that's for you. You will be divinely guided to it if you have not, seen or figured out exactly what it is yet. You could have a lot of options and needing to just figure out what it is you're going to focus on. But whatever it is, I feel like it's going to be perfectly in alignment with you. And if you stay in the energy that you need to, with being able to execute like you should, remember to put out the good just as much as you expect to receive it. And just keep that vision of what it is you want to accomplish. So then we go over to the Lover's card with the Ten of Wands. It says oppression. Now with this, I feel like this is pretty much saying like you won't be dealing with oppression. This Ten of Wands would represent hard work, and I feel like that's reflecting like the work that you put into this whole thing over time. And with the Lover's card, I feel like this is a destined path for you. Like this is something that is completely in alignment with who you're supposed to be becoming, where you're supposed to be going. As soon as you know, or as soon as you make that decision that, hey, you know, I'm not waiting for other outside elements, variables in the situation to get me started, to do what I know I need to do to make success for myself, or to be able to bring into the physical reality whatever it is I'm manifesting that I truly desire for myself. So I definitely feel like the remaining gracious, remembering to stay humble, putting out the energy, and don't be false about it. Like, just be real. You know that you don't have it all figured out, but you know enough. Trust that things are going to work out for you, while also being a good person, basically keeping that energy, flowing in a way that it should, to where you will, like I say, it won't be oppression. This will be like the fruits of your labor, basically, that you will be able to finally enjoy at a certain point. So look at it like that when it comes to going about this process. Right, and now we go over to our Moonology Oracle card. It says, first quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. With this, it's pretty much saying that this is a time to take a step back. For those of you who have already started pursuing something that you wanted to manifest, take a step back and see, are you doing exactly what you need to be doing to get the progress and the, that you're looking for, like to see, actual progression and development in what you're doing? Or is there something that needs to be taken out? Like, I know for myself, I struggle with not having structure, so my videos do not come as consistently as they should, or whatever. So for myself, I'm trying to figure out a way that works for me, because I feel like when I get off, I need a nap sometimes, and then I'll sleep too long on my nap, and when I get up, it's time to eat. And I feel like I don't have much time to still be productive or whatever, because it's like I gotta go to bed again soon. So it's definitely saying that you need to be very practical about how you go about moving forward. Take it one step at a time, but definitely make sure that you have some structure. That way you can go about this, like you can flow through all of it more easier, and it's more likely to bring you further along quicker, especially when you have you've taken the time to look at the adjustments that need to be made, so you can make those adjustments and move forward. Alright, now we move over to our next oracle card. Our first one is going to be Urzuli, Pay Attention. And with this card, it's pretty much, one is telling you to take a look at all aspects of the situation, especially one that you may be still dealing with from the past, that you hold a lot of anger on, about resentment, anything like that. You need to figure out, one, where those feelings lie in those different situations, and then learn how to put yourself, look at the situation from different perspectives. And then once you have done that, you need to basically transmute that resentment and that anger and everything, transmute that into some type of creative energy that you can actually do something with, that's going to be beneficial for you, as opposed to harboring energy that will not serve you. It will only cause blockages for you. And the more you have that build up, the more likely you are to have unnecessary mishaps happen when you are trying to pursue something, and it feels like, you just can't get past something, and maybe because you ain't let some old shit go. So one thing I definitely try to stress to people now when I talk to people about different things that involve multiple peoples, especially any misunderstandings or anything like that, I tell people, you have to one, take people for who they are and for where they are. So if you are in a situation with somebody and you feel like this person may not be moving at a vibrational level that is in alignment with you, you may need to take a step back and be like, okay, well, what is this person experiences? How does this person think, especially if you know them? Try to put yourself in their shoes and see where they're coming from, and don't do it where you are putting yourself in your mind, like in your feelings about the situation, in that person's shoes. You need to go blankly into that person's shoes with your perspective and consider, like, how would you feel if you did have to deal with something along with something else that has shaped your perception about certain things or whatever. Like, that's how you're able to really get a different perception or perspective, of a situation. That way you can really see, okay, am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough? Do I need to call somebody out? Do I need to cut somebody off? But again, you have to know how to get out of your own, like, perspective and see from somebody else's point of view to be able to help. And next, our final oracle card is going to be Conjuring. It's a legacy card. I really like this card. And pretty much what this is talking about is the spirits are wanting to commune with you, wanting to speak with you, give you some type of communication, like in sign. Whether this is your ancestors or your guides, if not both. And it talks about how in the past that there was, we believe that our ancestors would be giving us specific types of like messages and things of that nature through the smoke, that they would like have going from, I guess, different herbs or whatever. And if you inhaled them, especially if they were like certain types of symbols, whatever the case, shapes, whatever the case may be, it was very clear how you got those messages and how those messages came through. So I definitely feel like for those of you who do any type of scrying or anything like that, think about how you have been known to get messages from your spirit guides, from your ancestors, if you are in contact with them in any kind of way. For myself, my ancestors will speak to me through the clouds, like I do, which is not a lot of something that I ever hear people talk about. But like for me, I get a lot of messages just from looking at the clouds or whatever, and a lot of those experiences have come from my ancestors wanting to talk to me, wanting my attention or whatever, or wanting me about something, whatever the case may be. So I definitely feel like if you have not made a connection with them, they may be reaching out to you, and if you have, they may be saying, hey, we got something to tell you. So look into it. If you have any forms of scrying, you can candle gazing, crystal ball, water scrying, fire, candle gazing, different ways. Any form of divination will probably work for you. Messages are messages, whatever it resonates with you and how you best receive those messages. So